Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
Fun, funny, and fast. Welcome to another edition of Ace and Friends. I don't feel great today. I am struggling. I think it's the lack of sleep more than anything else. I had an event last night. I didn't get home until after 9, and then there was a storm or whatever. It rained, which woke the dog up. He gets very restless. That woke me up. Then I got back to sleep, and then about 1:30, the baby woke up. So I got to rock the baby until about 2:20. I got back into bed about 2:30 and fell back asleep, and then it was practically time to get up and come to work after that.
Yikes! Yeah, I noticed you didn't sound so good today.
Yeah.
I figured you were getting a little cold or something.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I got the follow up from yesterday when I just woke up and I had that stuff in my throat and in my head and all that. So it's kind of like, it's a little cold. I don't feel bad. It's kind of a little bit of congestion in my head.
Yeah.
But it's where it drains down into your throat. It makes you sound a lot worse than you really feel. Mm-hmm. But I am just tired.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go home now. All I've done is complain for the first 60 seconds of the show. There is something coming up next, though, that's very exciting because we found something that Riggins absolutely loves. Now, I don't know how much of it we'll be able to squeeze in, but you should know Riggins mentioned today something that he does love that could be very entertaining. Next. Hang on.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
So there is a story this week, came out yesterday, of a guy in Tennessee who works at a convenience store. And a man comes in, he bought 2 scratchers, and rather than scratch it all off, he just scratches off the barcode on it. You can put the barcode on there, it tells you if you've won or not. Well, the guy, the first barcode said the man had won $40. Second barcode, the man working at the convenience store told the guy, hey, I'm sorry you didn't win, but hey, you got $40. The guy left happy. What he didn't know was the second scratch off had actually won for $1 million. And the guy working at the convenience store said, I'll just throw this one away. And the guy was like, sure, no problem. He threw it in the trash can. The guy saw him throw it in the trash can. And as soon as the guy left, he pulled it out of the trash. He took it outside, pulled it out of the trash can, tried to report it, turned it into his own for $1 million. Guy at the lottery office figured out, something's not right with this. And they went back and checked the cameras and found the person who really had won $1 million. And for some reason, Riggins finds lottery talk in general to be very entertaining.
It is funny.
Is Powerball talk more entertaining than scratch-off talk? Is there a difference?
Well, I'm just learning all these new terms and stuff, and it's just, I didn't grow up in a lottery ticket purchasing family.
Yeah.
So it is just, it's funny.
And for the record, I didn't either. I buy lottery tickets, I would say regularly, like every few weeks, I'll give me 2 lottery tickets while I'm here, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Or if the jackpot gets really high, like most people, then it's like, let me go out, I need to buy a couple lottery tickets. Never buy more than probably 3 is the most. I guess I take it back. When I hit $1 billion, we put $10 in.
Yeah, I've never purchased one, but I have gotten them as Christmas presents from our old radio boss. He used to give us one every year. Yeah. And I didn't even know how to do it. I was like, oh, you scratch off the number. But it's just funny.
Scratcher's a different deal. My wife will try to buy a scratcher. She just, because it's a game. She loves the game of a scratch off. She's not at all as interested in the Powerball until it gets super huge. But if you're in the convenience store, she's like, oh, buy me a scratch off. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, I just bought her a little game to play going down the road.
Yeah.
That's what we do when I would take road trips to Michigan. My parents would buy me lottery tickets to scratch off, so I had something to do for a little bit.
And maybe you'd pick up some cash along the way because you can claim that in a different state?
No, it would have to be like the beginning of Virginia, and then if we had it, we'd have to stop. Or we'd stop on the way back home. One of those
Okay.
two.
As long as you got your money.
Yeah, well, as long as I got their money back for them.
And then you see the people that do it where they get the scratcher, then they step around the counter and scratch them off right there at the counter and exchange them again for more.
It's a lot, you know. It's
Like,
just a
I just
lot.
want $6. Well, let's give me $6 worth of tickets. I'm scratch off some more then.
You got to flip it.
Exactly. Like I said, I have a Powerball ticket that I bought a couple weeks ago, and I still have it. I got to turn it in. I had 3 numbers. I matched 3 numbers, but not the Powerball.
And you're going to turn it right back in for
It's
some more
worth
tickets.
$7. I looked it up on the internet. So I wonder if you get anything for matching 3 numbers of the 5. And it said, yes, $7. That's 3.5 Powerball tickets I'm about to go buy today.
See, you might as well be speaking Ukrainian. I don't know. I don't have a.
This is Ace and Friends.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrich.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Ace and Friends.
When dating, you look for red flags. You know, you need to be aware of things that come up as a red flag and you go, I got to get out of this before it gets too deep. Well, you're about to meet a lady who posted a TikTok after her first date with a guy, sharing a couple of red flags that she found on her first date.
I went on a first date today. Red flag number 1, he unlocked his phone and his background was a picture of me and my child from 2021.
Ooh.
As a single mom, you guys can imagine how scary that is. Red flag number 2, he wrote me a card. My vows to you.
First date.
What?
Yeah, on the first date, my vows to you.
I mean, I think
Serial
even.
killer.
Yeah, I think even don't do a card on a first date. I think it's even that's a little aggressive, regardless of what's inside. And his was crazy. My vows to you. Just bringing a card is a little too much.
Well, how about the phone?
I mean, that's
His phone screen, his home screen is a picture of her and her child that he had to pull off the internet.
That's an arrestable offense, in my opinion. I mean, really, that's
I was going to say it's just him trying a little too hard, but okay.
no. I think it's beyond trying too hard.
I think the combination of the two. Yeah, I think that's really creepy. That's creepy. The fact that he has that picture with the child involved. It's already on the home screen of his phone. That's weird.
I don't like it.
To me, that's more weird than the card. My vows to you.
I'm dying to know what those vows were.
I know, and she just holds it up and doesn't share.
So, do we think that he purposely made it to where she could see what his background on his phone was, or like she happened to catch a glance?
I'm willing to bet he made it look like an accident, but he wanted her to see.
Yeah. Because I'm going to vow to be the father for your beautiful child. Like that's how I picture. He's already invested in this relationship on a first date. That is a beyond red flag.
Stealing her picture off not stealing, but taking her picture off the internet to make it the background of his phone.
But also, there weren't signs, to the woman. Like there were not any kind of signs that you could have picked up on before this all happened.
And the talking phrase,
Come on. You got to open your eyes a little bit. I find it hard to believe that this was a total surprise, that he's a total whack job.
Are you cautious with what you put on your home screen? On your phone? As
in
a
what
single
way?
guy? Well, I'll give you an example. I used to have, after we got married, I took a picture of Amanda posed for a picture on the beach in this very tiny thong, red bikini that she had. And I made it my home screen picture. I didn't think anything about it. And we were somewhere with her parents, and her mom was looking for her phone, and she picked mine up. And she goes, "Oh God!" And I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that." So
your daughter made that special for me.
That's terrible. That was their red flag. That they were in trouble with their son-in-law.
Oh, don't unlock it. There's a better photo on the other screen.
Rob, don't say that.
This is Ace and Friends.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Yes, it's the news, but this time, it's all good. This is the good news with Ace and Friends.
The second good news story is going to blow your mind. And it will make you think, I really got to get with it in life. I mean, in an inspirational way, I hope. Not in like a to hell with it hope. But first, a Las Vegas woman just got her dog back 9 years after her dog went missing. He's an 11-year-old Chihuahua named Gizmo. And a vet scanned his microchip and got in touch with the lady after a Good Samaritan spent 2 months trying to catch the dog. The dog's been on the street for 9 years. And this Good Samaritan happened to see it and kept it in her neighborhood or her area, kept trying to capture it, couldn't do it, finally did after 2 months. Again, he'd been living on the streets for 9 years. He's got some health issues, but he's recovering. And people online have donated $5,000 to help cover the vet bills.
Wow.
9 years she hasn't seen that dog.
Dang. I bet it is tough to catch a Chihuahua.
After 9 years, I might be like, hey, you can have it. It's good.
Really?
Nah, you'd probably take it back.
Yeah, come on.
All right, and here's the story. It's amazing. A British woman named Sarah Delage lost an arm and a leg in a terrible subway accident. She was run over by 2 subway trains.
Oh. I thought you meant the sandwich shop.
No.
Like, what kind of sandwich?
Yeah, no, 2 subway trains. 2 trains ran over her, lost an arm and a leg. But that's not holding her back, because next month she's headed to Tanzania to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Get out.
She will be the first female double prosthetic amputee to do it.
That's incredible. That is incredible.
So she does have a prosthetic arm and a prosthetic leg, but she's going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Holy cow.
Just the ability to mentally get yourself back into the shape to do this after being run over by 2 trains.
Yeah.
2 trains.
2 trains. Yeah.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that. It's an amazing story.
We came here to have a good time. This is Ace and Friends.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
Young woman walks into the kitchen. It's not a joke. She walks into her kitchen and sees her grandmother about to eat a sandwich. The fun part of this is listen and see if you can figure out the unusual combination of ingredients that the grandmother is putting on her sandwich here.
What in the hell? What is that?
A ginger snap and lonely sandwich. You never had a ginger snap and lonely sandwich?
I want to see you bite it. Pick it up and bite
A
it.
ginger snap and lonely.
I just don't believe it. Pick it up and bite it. Bite it right now.
And she
Oh
does.
my God, the crunch. crunch.
Rob, it's a ginger snap and lonely sandwich. Do you know what's on it?
Is it bologna?
Yes, it is.
Bologna and ginger snaps.
It's a ginger.
Excuse me?
It's a big ginger snap cookie with a piece of bologna on top of it with 2 pieces of bread. Now, what you can't tell is, I need to look and see, you can't see if she's put
There's no condiments.
There's no condiments.
And I think it's a fold over. Like she just made the ginger snap.
Yeah, it's a fold over. She's got the ginger snap in half, broken in half.
What in the hell is that?
What is it? Ginger snap is a cookie?
Yeah.
A delicious little cookie.
Yeah, I'm not even crazy, but I mean, it tastes like ginger. I mean, they're kind of like
it's okay. You're right. It's an okay cookie.
Is it basically what like a gingerbread cookie would be thinking?
Yeah, basically.
The harder version that has the crunch to it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So you heard it when she bit into it. Her sandwich went.
Ginger snaps, and I love bologna sandwiches.
I do too. Love them.
Mayo, mustard, whatever you want to do. But with ginger snaps, what the heck is that?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Do you do unusual combinations, Rob?
I mean,
you strike me as the kind of person who would.
There are some things that people consider to be unusual, like I put mayonnaise on my hot dogs.
That's not terrible.
My favorite would be like a chili cheese mayo hot dog.
Oh my God! Hello, it is.
I don't think there's anything else strange. Like,
okay,
I always thought it was strange when my sister mixed mayo and ketchup, but I now know that's like a very usual thing.
So chili cheese and mayo.
Oh yeah. You put the mayo on first.
Yeah.
And then if it's liquid cheese, you do that next, and then you do the chili.
Liquid cheese instead of just the.
I mean, it depends on what you got on you.
Do you have liquid cheese in your home a lot?
No, I don't. Not often.
Okay.
I've had it before, but I don't currently or very often.
He said it depends on what you got on you, like an extra, 20 pounds.
An extra 20 pounds.
This is Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
Football is just weeks away now. NFL camps, training camps have opened. College football conferences are holding their media days, their media weekends, and that's what was happening with the Big Ten Conference yesterday, or it's Tuesday. The Big Ten Conference had their media day. And highlighted there was UCLA head coach Deshaun Foster, former NFL player. It's his first year as the new UCLA head coach. And he has to walk up on the stage and speak to a collection of reporters. It's a huge room. Now, let me set the scene. He's on stage, podium. Behind him, this massive screen that has UCLA with the Big Ten logo all over it, and a huge picture of him that's probably 10 feet by 6 feet on one end. The whole stage is covered by the screen behind him. And after greeting everyone, this is the rest of his opening statement.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships. So
so you're kind of your standard fare.
Us being right in this conference.
He's just giving you some details about the school.
Football-wise, we're just excited. You know, I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. We
He's just shifting side to side.
This hurts.
Yeah. He's laughing, smiling.
I'm just basically excited, really. That's it. Any questions?
What was that?
I love him too, and that's hard to listen to.
When you're at UCLA, that's a major American school. The University of California at Los Angeles, which is why the LA part of it. We're in Los Angeles. Well, we knew that. It's in the name of your school, sir.
I love that. Not a lot of y'all know anything about UCLA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we do.
Yeah, just because these guys are collecting in Indianapolis and you're in a new conference that's based out of the Midwest doesn't mean they don't know or they're not aware what UCLA and USC is.
Whoa. Was that a press conference?
Yeah, it's a huge media day. It's the big media event for the entire conference where all the coaches and they bring in key players and they have this massive these different press conferences.
You'd think you'd come up with a couple of lines to say, even if you're not
Yeah, you should, because you're recruiting now all over the country. Yeah. You got to be a little more dynamic than that.
It was a big enough arena that you could hear his echo coming back towards.
Well, they're inside the football stadium in Indianapolis.
Oh,
is where they were.
Oh my God, that's huge place.
Yeah, it's like a 70,000 seat stadium. That was where he was standing up in front of everybody.
He had nothing to say.
Nothing. I kind of felt bad for him after a while.
Yeah.
I'm just excited.
This is Ace and Friends.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
Now, I don't know why this was done now, because this is the year 2024, but for some reason, Esquire decided to put out a list of the 50 best songs of the 90s.
Okay.
I mean, no real reason. Let's just throw it out there.
Sure.
So here's the top 5, according to Esquire magazine. At number 5, Around the World by Daft Punk.
Around the world, around the world, around the world. That was basically it.
Yeah. At number 4, best songs of the 90s, F and Run by Liz Phair. Don't know.
Never heard of it.
No. Number 3, None But a G Thing by Dr. Dre and Snoop.
That's a good one.
Number 2, Fantasy, the remix by Mariah Carey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ludacris.
Great version, great song. And number 1, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Come on now.
Best song of the 90s. Others that made the list, Super Duper Fly by Missy Elliott came in at number 7.
Super duper fly. I'm super duper fly.
Yeah. Sabotage by the Beastie Boys came in at number 9.
That's better than the whole top 5.
And it's Sabotage. Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. is at 11, which I think is criminally underrated. It should be higher than that. No Scrubs by TLC is at 13 of the greatest songs of the 90s. And Wonderwall by Oasis is at number 15.
Wonderwall's good.
Who made this list?
Esquire
They
magazine.
need to throw it out.
Yeah, that's a Wonderwall is a top 5 song, and they have. I haven't looked up the whole 50. I just saw looked at the top 15.
But Liz Phair.
Yeah, what? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, during the 90s, when Lilith Fair was a big thing, and Liz Phair was involved in all that stuff, and she was the female representative. Very different from Mariah Carey, so you had to kind of get a female rocker. There also in the list was Fiona Apple at number 12 with Criminal.
That's a
good song.
The one song that she had that was a hit, but it had that real seedy video.
Is that the one? I've done a bad thing.
Yeah, I've been a bad girl.
Yeah.
And you're like, she looks like she's under. This is weird.
She is weird.
It looks like it's in somebody's living room in the 70s.
So you're telling me this list didn't have Blue by Eiffel 65?
Well, it might have been in the top 50, but it didn't make the top 50. I'm sorry.
Tub thumping, nothing?
Oh, God, yeah, Tub Thumping. No, Tub Thumping's not one of the best 15 songs of the 90s.
Well, they need to throw this damn list out.
This is Ace and Friends.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
Try to put yourself in the position of this particular family. Here's the caption. Help. Every time we flip the breaker for the kitchen, we hear someone talking so clearly through our microwave.
What?
Yeah, and they have an example here. So it's every time they throw the breaker. So I'll tell you when they throw the breaker in this video here. You might can hear it. All right.
Oh, yeah,
Breaker's off. Now it's on. That comes
Out
through
of
their
their
microwave. And they're filming it. They're filming the microwave, so you can see it coming through.
I don't like that one bit.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. But there's actually a really good reason why it happens. A guy that works for GE commented and said this is actually a feature of one of our older microwaves where you could record custom sounds for when your food is done. Instead of the beep, you could record a custom sound. It was called GE MyPlate. So it was clear the guy was singing Talk Dirty to Me by Jason Derulo and then I'm the Man by Aloe Black. So that's what you heard. He was going, talk dirty to me. And I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
So
what a weird feature to have on a microwave.
Yeah, that's an odd thing. It could be fun.
So they must have gotten this like secondhand then?
Yeah,
They
or
bought the
it was in
house.
their house.
Microwave was already in the house when they bought it.
God, that's creepy. The first time that happens, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
Wouldn't that be wild though? To be like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah, like
Seen enough scary movies.
On the upside, the breaker doesn't trip that often.
Yeah.
But I would assume every time if the electricity goes out, when it pops back on, you hear that voice start singing again.
Why doesn't it do it when they use the microphone? I mean the microwave. Like
I know. I don't know. It must have been changed in the memory or something. But
so strange.
Who needs to change the sound on their microwave to like? Can I have it me singing Jason Derulo songs?
I want to hear me singing every time I heat something up in the microwave.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, we're here once again with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and there are a lot of people in credit card debt right now. I mean, the credit card debt is hot. Now, Richard is the guy that could possibly be relieving you of that credit card heat.
That's right. Let's cool you off for summer. Ooh. No payments till fall and get rid of all the credit card debt. Ace, we paid off $67,000 with the extra equity that everybody is gaining in this market. Literally, she is saving $1,326 a month. If you have credit card debt, get rid of it. Take the pressure off.
This is a member of the radio family who is saving $1,326 a month, all using the equity within her home, all because she called 704-800-4719 and let Richard show her how it works. Or you can also go to homewithrichard.com. But again, you've got the money right there. Let the Richard Toccato Companies help you. 704-800-4719, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it!
Ace and Friends.
What would you do? This lady writes, my boss told me he has liked me for a while and wants to take me out for dinner. I've had a crush on him since I started working here 2 years ago, but I thought office relationships were off limits. He said they are, but we can date in secret. I really like him and I think we would have fun together, but I'm not sure about dating in secret. It seems like it would end up backfiring. And I would be afraid of losing my job if the higher-ups found out. I don't think he would be affected at all. I didn't plan on working here forever, but I need the experience. What would you do? So let's say, Briggins, Rob, your boss is a very attractive female. And she says, hey, what do you think? Let's go out. You say, I think that's frowned upon. She said, we'll do it in secret.
Yeah, it depends if there aren't any higher ups. When she said my boss, I assumed he's the guy. So if she's the woman, the CEO, I got no problem with it.
Sounds like though there are higher ups.
More higher ups.
Yeah.
So then it changes the dynamic a bit.
Like
no, I wouldn't do it if
the woman. She might be the manager, but she's not the CEO.
She's not the manager.
Yeah.
If someone were to get in trouble for that relationship, it wouldn't be the person that's the inferior or the one that's below the other person, right?
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
I think
they usually say
theoretically it would be both, but I think her point is that the boss would probably get to stay.
That doesn't seem like a good deal at all.
Might be reprimanded, but will probably get to stay. But the underling has to be fired.
But then you got a whole lawsuit on your hands if that's why you get fired.
Yeah.
Because
you don't. Because you just got fired. You clearly, it says in your employee handbook that you cannot have inter-office relationships.
Which that person could say that the boss told me I'd get fired if I didn't go out with him.
Yeah.
Well, then that's lying.
Well, how are they going to find out?
Yeah.
Because the boss is to say, I didn't say that. That's not true.
Oh, and you're going to believe, you would believe the man.
Rob,
but he's not wrong. That's probably how, I don't think that's a good look for the dude.
Well, it's not.
I think the court would side with her. They're like,
yeah.
You know what?
Hang on,
She's probably
off track
right.
here. We're off track here. What would you do? It's an attractive female, Reagan. She's hot. Do you date her or not?
And she's got a boss?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You don't. Rob?
No, I'm not doing that.
But if she's the CEO and I got to keep it a secret, absolutely. Absolutely.
Blackmail. Right.
Yeah.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
All right, here's a little frustration that we can all relate to.
Guys, I'm not kidding in the slightest when I say this. Gun to my head, my life depends on it. Tell me your Apple ID password. I don't know. Oh my God. It doesn't matter if I changed it 5 minutes ago or if I literally just did and I'm re-entering it. I don't know. Gun to my head. Tell me your Apple ID password. The gun will go off. Plan my funeral. I'm dead. I don't know it. Anyways, that's all.
Yes. Yep. Totally relate to that.
100%. The good news is with the iPhones, as long as you're on your phone, you can change it to whatever you need it to be. Because otherwise, I would not remember it.
I don't know. I don't have to do it often, input my Apple ID password, but when I do, it's like, I couldn't, no chance. I'm dead.
No. I remember clearly standing in the kitchen of the house that I live in right now and alone in the house and screaming out one day in frustration, there's no way that's not the password.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No.
And then I started laughing because clearly that's not the password.
Obviously
And I'm
not.
screaming at my computer, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no, that's the password.
Yeah. And
Nope, it's not.
The most annoying part about that is like it recognizes your face, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, when I need the password, why can't you recognize my face? You got my face in there. I'm looking at the phone.
Well, usually it's on my computer that it's a bigger problem, you know, and because it doesn't. The computer, my Mac doesn't recognize my face.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, I have an older model Mac, so but yeah, it's screaming at it. There's no way that's not the password. And clearly, it wasn't the password. It was like, I know that's the password.
Yeah. When I was in the Apple store the other day, the guy was like, can you write down your passcode? I was like, no, I can just tell you. He was like, we actually asked that you write it down. I was like, okay. Yeah. I mean, they're so serious about their passwords.
Well, yeah, I bet they deal with that all the time. And how many people come in there for help and they get to that stage and then I don't know the password on that.
Yeah.
Well, now what do we do, sir?
And then he was like, and then can you also turn off Find My iPhone while I go to the back? I was like, well, no, that's exactly when I want it on. I want to make sure you're not running over my iPhone. He didn't find the humor in it.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
All right, strap in for a quick run around a few things that you might find interesting. A lot of talk about Kamala Harris now running for president as the sitting vice president. Only 4 people in American history have won a presidential election as the sitting vice president.
Oh, that's a good trivia question, but I couldn't even come close.
Yeah, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Martin Van Buren, and the last was George H.W. Bush.
George H.W.
He was the vice president to Reagan.
Yep.
And honestly, probably would have been reelected to a second term had he not had that famous moment where he stood up and said, "Read my lips, no new taxes." And then they implemented new taxes.
Not a good look.
Oh, we're moving on from there, buddy. Something you might find interesting. Bubble gum is pink because that is the only color of food coloring that the inventor had available.
Pink.
Yeah. Inventor of the children's ball pit got the idea while looking at pickled onions floating in a jar and thought about what it'd like to be able to be tiny and crawl through them.
That's a weird thought
Isn't
to have. Those things are like germ pools.
Yeah. And according to a study, 54% of American people who work would quit their job to become a full-time influencer. I'm surprised that number is that low.
54?
Because it seems like being an influencer, the thought is, oh, they make a lot of money and they make a good living and they don't have to work that hard.
Oh, no.
Really good influencers work very hard at it.
Yes. And most influencers don't make a lot of money.
Yeah. Most influencers, quote unquote, are not as influential as they seem. 64% of social media users would gladly accept payment from brands to promote their products.
Sure.
Yeah, I wonder, the other 36% that said they wouldn't, is it because they assume it would be a product they wouldn't like or something like that? I don't know. It seems like everybody would accept that money. Yeah, and social media influencers have to expose so much of their lives. I think about, I don't know her last name, Kat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who exploded. She's got 10, 12 million followers.
And then she got a divorce.
They got a divorce. And in their moment, she just sits there and talks because she expresses so much of herself and exposes, so much of her life. And she does some funny skits when she impersonates her mom and all that. But you really have to work at that and go out on a limb and share a lot.
Yeah.
To kind of to do those kind of numbers where you can make a living doing it.
No more privacy, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much none at that point. There's a few things you might find interesting.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers. Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Company.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
So this is going to take a second for you to figure it out. We'll help explain. But listen and see if you can figure out exactly what has transpired in this TikTok. A woman's walking into the living room of her house.
My dog ate my dog.
Yeah. Where the dog's little bed is, there appears to be, it looks like soot and ash all over the floor. My dog ate my dog. The dog knocked over the cremated dog's remains and got into it and ate it all.
Oh, God.
And it's all over the floor of her house.
I was thinking like hot dog.
No.
Yeah. My dog
ate my cremated dog.
Ugh.
I don't like that.
That is stomach turning.
And then you still have to sweep all that up and I guess put it back into the container.
Do you?
You gonna throw out? You just gonna go over to the garbage, throw out your cremated dog?
I think so.
Yeah, you got to give it up at that point.
Like little Riley's remains, you're just gonna dump them in the trash, Riggins?
That's done for. See ya. Take care. Wash your hair.
Just gonna pitch it right in the garbage.
Absolutely.
Right in the
Have you
trash.
has Amanda talked about that with Toby? Now that he's getting older, what you're gonna? Is she gonna have him cremated and keep it around the house?
I don't know. I think one time she talked about burying him close to where her parents, right there where her parents live, because they own some land up there.
I would have assumed that she wouldn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think she mentioned it once, but it's not really something that she likes to talk about.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't come up that often in the house.
Yeah. If I spill the remains, he's going right in the dumpster. It's just a fact of life.
It sounds a lot more harsh than it really is.
Yeah.
We came here to have a good time. This is Ace and Friends.
He's here, and he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Ducato companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Ducato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
So, we mentioned earlier in the show that Riggins, we found out Riggins loves a lottery talk. Riggins also loves, and here, what did I write down? Bad celebrity hair talk.
I don't love it. I just have an opinion. Well, it's not even an opinion. It's a fact.
Which is what?
That you have bad taste when it comes to hairstyles.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
I do not.
And it just manifests itself through celebrities.
Because it came up when there's a guy named Ashley who used to be in a band called O-Town, and I thought he had good hair.
That's not how it started. Well, yeah, he had bad hair back then.
There are others. He had great hair. There's I used to think Chris Angel had good hair.
Yeah, exactly.
He did. Old Chris Angel's hair was cool.
He looked like a tool. He still kind of looks like a tool.
He looks more toolish now, but let me see. I'm going to Google Chris Angel.
It's just odd the choices you have. None of them are like classic looks. They're always like bizarre, lots of spikes and a lot of hairspray involved. Like a lot of product has to be involved.
Yeah, look.
They're just, it's bizarre.
Chris Angel, the mind freak in 2005. Look, there's a picture of him. I'm bringing it up now. If I can make this bigger. His hair was just long, and it was had kind of a shaggy look to it.
A good rule of thumb:
cool.
You shouldn't be adopting a style from a magician. I think it's just a good rule of thumb.
I just think I'm open to anyone that I see on a day-to-day basis who has good hair.
You think Keith Urban's got good hair? Those like curtain bangs, that's weird.
I think that kind of works for him. I like it. I like Keith Urban's haircut.
You just got bad taste in hair.
No, there are a lot of other people. I think Brad Pitt has great hair.
He does. I agree with you there.
But I like rock stars more than you do, so that's kind of where it leans.
It's like glamour, costume. You like costume.
Do you like
I like people who live the costume.
What does that mean?
Like they're not just
dramatic.
They're not wearing it as a.
They live the costume.
They're not wearing it as a costume. This is just who they are. It's not a costume to them. It's a way of life.
Does Gene Simmons have good hair?
No.
Okay.
What about Slash?
Slash has great hair. You can't deny it. That's undeniable.
And you also like that he wears a top hat?
I can take it or leave it. It's a trademark. It's kind of been around. I'm not a big deal.
If you just started wearing a top hat and expected us to go along with it, like no one.
I would
He's
never
like,
do
what?
that.
This is my new look. I'm wearing a top hat.
I would never do that. There's somebody else already doing that.
It's a costume.
You got to live the gimmick, man. You got to live the gimmick. And for them, it's not a costume. It's just their way of life. And it becomes a trademark, and people think of it as a gimmick, but that's not. That's just who they are. Shirt open to your waist, leather jacket.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp used to have good hair. Not anymore.
He looks terrible.
Another one for the list.
This is Ace and Friends.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.